Take a look at this. This is a dust devil, and this is a big one. This is a site that was just a couple days ago in the Montego Bay area in Jamaica, and you could see this here. It looks like a tornado. I want to explain the difference, but you could see this swirl right in through here, big swirl, and look at the power of that. This is a dust devil. It's one of the things. Not only is there somewhat the beauty of the weather with this, but there's also the danger with the flip side of that. But blue skies around. This happens even when the weather is settled. So this is not a tornado, but this is a dust devil. This is a very impressive one to get one that lasts kind of this long with this intensity. You can see it right there. I want to show it to you again in just a second, but what is a dust devil? A very, not a completely rare sight. One that big is kind of rare to see, but they do happen quite a bit just on a smaller scale. So a dust devil is a small, rapidly rotating column of wind that picks up mostly dust or dirt, and it was dry in that spot, so it's able to pick up some of that dirt. It forms on a sunny, hot, and typically dry afternoons. Could happen in the morning too, but usually when the land heats up, and that allows the air to rise and kind of circulate. Hot air rises. That's one of the reasons a dust devil could form. It is not a tornado. A tornado is associated with a thunderstorm, and as I showed you, there were blue skies in that. They are typically, a dust devil is typically small and weak, but the strongest ones could be over 60 miles per hour and over 1,000 feet tall, and that's what we had in this one. And they don't just form in deserts, but you do need some of that kind of a dry surface to allow that dust or dirt or sand to kind of kick up. This is one of the bigger ones. If you happen to see this one, again, that happened in the Montego Bay area just a few days ago. Look how tall that is. And there's the blue sky. So not a tornado, similar characteristics, but a tornado would be that thunderstorm up above, and again, kind of protruding from above down to the surface. This one happens when that land heats up. An incredible sight here in the Montego Bay area just a couple days ago. And yeah, that one had some strong winds. And yeah, if you're in this, if you get, of course, for the most part with the dust devil, you can move away. But if you get in that, those are really strong winds, 60 miles per hour, and they could really kick things around. So you need to be away from that. Also need to be mindful of some of your eyes. They don't last too typically long. So that one was a dust devil. Now a funnel cloud is like a tornado. It just doesn't touch the ground. A tornado extends from a storm cloud, thunderstorm cloud, and does make contact with the ground. There's typically debris. It causes a lot of damage. There's something called a land spout as well. That originates near the surface, almost like a land spout, but that is, and then it kind of pulls up toward some of the thunderstorm clouds. But a tornado or land spout or funnel cloud, those are associated with thunderstorms. Well, a dust devil happens when the land heats up, blue skies around, and you get that circulation around. So what a sight, again, in the Montego Bay area. Now, flipping over to a new earthquake. This one here happened just a few hours ago. So switching gears, and I want to show you the big system rolling through the United States right now as well that'll clip us by in the Caribbean. This one happened just after midnight near Dominica and Martinique. 5.0 in magnitude. A lot of times that is felt, but one thing, this happened at night. A lot of us are sleeping, and the depth of it was 71 miles down or 114 kilometers down. So it was pretty far down. It wasn't quite a shallow earthquake. It was more of an intermediate earthquake, which means less likely to be felt just because it is so far down. But a new earthquake that just happened near Dominica and Martinique just after midnight. So again, watching that area to see if we do have any additional quakes throughout the day. Now, here is that system rolling by. You see east coast of the United States, Atlantic region of Canada, right through Florida. It'll clip us by in Cuba, Jamaica, Cayman Islands. Cayman Islands, we need some rain, but the rain chance not super high. We'll see a better chance of some scattered showers, even thunderstorms. Cuba, back through the Bahamas as we go through the day ahead. And again, watching Costa Rica and Panama. So I'll extend out in just a second. Let me start here. This is later today. You see parts of the Bahamas, Freeport, New Providence, swinging back toward Cuba. A couple scattered showers and storms. Same thing for us in Jamaica today into tomorrow. Hit or miss showers, St. Lucia, Barbados, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat. We could get a couple. And then watching Costa Rica, Panama, scattered areas of rain. Not for all of us, but those scattered areas of rain will stick around. Then on Thursday, this front moves away. Hit or miss shower, St. Lucia, Grenada, Not a whole lot in Trinidad. Cayman Islands were mainly dry. Spotty shower, Belize, Honduras, and Nicaragua as we get into Thursday. So this is as we work our way into later today. Here's that front right through the Bahamas. You see some of the extra scattered storms with the daytime heating. Cuba, Jamaica. We may get a couple, not a lot on the Cayman Islands. I'll zoom down to the Atlantic region of Canada in just a second. But as this moves away from Florida, a couple stronger storms are possible deeper into the day. Then by tomorrow, you see some of that rain near Bermuda, front clipping by Haiti and the Dominican Republic, slight chance of a shower, but then we'll start to watch the moisture build. Texas back toward Mexico, and then as we get into the end of the week and the upcoming weekend, we're going to see a bigger system rolling through the United States. Possibility of some stronger storms, and once again, it will just clip us by through the northern Caribbean. So this is by the time we get into Friday, you see some of that moisture building, and then getting into the weekend. Ontario, Quebec, watching out for some snow back toward parts of New England, and then you can see kind of almost two pieces of this. But as we get into Sunday, look at this, and this is what we'll be tracking ahead throughout the week. Bahamas again, Cuba, another chance of some rain that will be possible. Most of us are hot and dry, but these fronts still this time of year just clip us by, watching out for the possibility of stronger storms throughout parts of the United States, especially for the second half of the weekend, and we'll be highlighting that as we go further. Now, the seas still elevated through the Caribbean today. They are going to get a little bit better as we go over the next few days, but you still see them pushing about 3 meters, 7, 8, 9 feet in some spots. They do start to relax. Just a heads up, this is tomorrow into the end of the week. This here is by Thursday. Watching those Atlantic passageways as we get into the Atlantic side out of the Eastern Caribbean, those waters are on the elevated side. Now back to today, here's that front that's going to roll by tail end near Florida and the Bahamas, clipping by Bermuda. There's some of the rain by the Avalon Peninsula and Newfoundland. Then as we go forward, by tomorrow, you can see some of the rain, Bermuda north. Then it starts to build up. So Nova Scotia getting some rain, but it will switch over to snow. Some of that colder air sneaks in on the backside. So as we get into Thursday morning, a chance of some snow, Atlantic region of Canada. Then by Thursday afternoon, some of this energy moves away, but we'll still have some of those snow showers around, watching that as well over toward New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. So as far as rain total goes, see a little bit of purple popping up parts of the central Bahamas and Cuba. If we get a couple thunderstorms, 50 millimeters of rain or 2 inches of rain possible. Cayman Islands, not a lot, hit or miss for us in Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. May get a thunderstorm or two the next couple of days across the DR. Isolated shower storm, U.S. British Virgin Islands, back through Puerto Rico, and Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda. So the rain chance not super high, so the totals aren't going to be super high. But St. Lucia, Barbados, we may get a spot or two, getting over an inch of rain or 25 millimeters of rain. Not a lot. Grenada, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, Suriname, a couple of those scattered showers around back through Venezuela, but still watching parts of Costa Rica, Panama, where we could see a few spots around 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of rain. Hit or miss shower east side of Mexico City, and then we'll see that moisture building in a couple days. Texas back toward parts of Mexico as that moisture lifts up toward the United States and makes way for that next system as we get into the weekend. So 40, maybe 50% chance of some scattered showers and storms for us in Jamaica, just a 30% chance at best. Cayman Islands, where we do need to get some of the rain. Trinidad and Tobago, you see a rain chance. It's low around Port of Spain, 10, maybe 20% chance of a shower. Isolated though, Barbados, and then back through St. Lucia, you see tomorrow, about a 40% chance of a couple showers with that easterly flow for us in St. Lucia. Isolated in Grenada, 30% chance, 20, maybe 30% chance. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we're staying on the low side. A 30% chance Martinique, 30 to 40% chance in Dominica. And again, keeping an eye on this area because we had that earthquake last night or earlier this morning. Either way you look at it, 30 to 40% chance in Guadeloupe. Rain chance today, Antigua, Barbuda, low. Only a 20% chance. Generally, lots of sunshine, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat. 20% chance the next couple of days, Anguilla and St. Bart's, and a 20 to 30% chance, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia. Isolated shower across Puerto Rico the next 2 days with the tail end of the front. 20 to 30% chance, U.S. and British Virgin Islands. 40 to 50% chance across the Bahamas. Northern and central Bahamas, better chance of rain. Mainly dry southern Bahamas, and then as we get back through the Turks and Caicos, looking good today. 30 to 40% chance the Dominican Republic. Tomorrow, we could get a couple thunderstorms. We may get a couple more on Thursday around Haiti. A couple showers possible just as that front moves by. 30 to 40% chance for us across Belize, back through Belize City, Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire. The winds are going to settle a little bit. Only a small chance of a shower passing passing by. 30 to about 40% chance in Guyana, and we do that again in Suriname, especially eastern sections, better chance of getting some of the rain. Cuba, central and eastern sections today, chance of a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. A couple of those could be strong later in the day. 50% chance of some rain, Costa Rica, Panama. 30 to 40% chance in Nicaragua. 30% chance over the next 2 days in Honduras, and the rain chance about 20 to 30% chance. Guatemala and El Salvador. Picks up a little bit around Mexico City, especially across the east side. Very isolated. Yucatan Peninsula may get a rumble of thunder, could get a rogue thunderstorm. Northern Colombia back through northern Venezuela. Rain chance stays low, holding at 20%. But watching these fronts kind of clipping by, especially Wednesday into Thursday, as we work our way into Bermuda with that higher chance of getting some of that rain that will be around. So a lot to track as we go forward. That front moving through the Bahamas, Cuba, watching out for some thunderstorms. Could see that isolated flooding. Some of those strong winds try to relax, and tracking that earthquake cluster near Puerto Rico and the British and U.S. Virgin Islands. Covered more of that yesterday. With that said, watching that new earthquake that we had again back through Dominica and Martinique. So I'll keep you posted on that. Have a great day ahead.